I guess let's do this new Tectone video. I guess.
Hey, what's up,
So
y'all?
Tectone's released a video called Faith. He's still wearing the same wife beater he's been wearing for the last fucking 5 days.
Kind of wanted to make a video, kind of just talking about what's going on in my head. And I think what I'm about to say is going to be very relatable to a lot of people because I've kind of been talking about this to some of my friends lately, and they say that they kind of have a similar experience.
Yeah, on break, by the
kinda
way.
wanna
On
give
mental
this a
health break,
shot
by the
with me.
way.
But I was actually going to do a very off-brand video for me, but I was kind of going to tell you guys why I kind of gave up on religion when I was a child and why I'm open to giving it another shot today. Obviously, it's been about 8 to 9 days since Charlie Kirk was assassinated, and I'm not moving past this. It's not something that I don't think I'm going to be able to, move on from quite quickly, because the reason why Charlie Kirk's assassination was so fucked was that he truly was killed for just holding the same beliefs as our grandparents once held.
Oh my
And
god.
I have to believe that if they're going to go
I would hope your grandparents had far more respect for the Constitution than Charlie Kirk.
out of their way to assassinate somebody, that they were probably saying something that they didn't want anybody hearing. And Charlie Kirk was a very religious man. He was a man of faith, and he will be remembered for being a man of faith. And I would like to go on record saying, I don't believe I've gone to church in about 14 years, but quite soon I'm going to be going to church for the first time in 14 years. And I'll let you guys know how it goes. I hope it's fine. But my experience with religion since I was a kid was I grew up in a Christian household. I was raised by a single mother. I had 2 brothers.
That explains your warped sexuality.
It was a very dysfunctional household. It was
yeah,
a
I
very
can imagine.
Household. It wasn't a very fun place to live in. Obviously, my parent was very hardcore Christian, and my grandparents were very hardcore Christians, and everyone around me was very hardcore Christian, and well, they weren't.
That's an interesting theory, Samson. You can tell this guy's a big Red Bar fan, can't you? You can tell this guy's a massive Red Bar fan. Tectone watched your video because he's not showing his man boobs in this video. So this is the claim that Tectone must have name searched and seen me talking about him before making this. And that's why he's now recording shoulders up. Is because I mocked him for potentially having gynecomastia. That's an interesting suggestion. That is an interesting theory.
They weren't really that nice to me. I mean, I'll just be real. They weren't really that nice. And I'm like, well, these people all suck and they're mean and they tell me to believe in God.
He does have
but
slave
they're
eyes.
really
That's
mean to
pretty
me,
facts.
They tell me mean stuff. I remember I went to the church in like maybe 2nd, 1st, 3rd grade, and maybe somebody told the Pope to say this to me, but I remember, or whatever the pastor. Sorry, I don't know.
Some people lose weight, but they always stay fat.
I'm new to this whole thing. I'm new. Pardon me. And the pastor told me that I was a little kid. I put tons of.
Wait, what's that Pope?
Maybe 2nd, 1st. Tell me to believe in God, but they're really mean to me, and they tell me mean stuff. I remember I went to the church in like maybe 2nd, 1st, 3rd grade, and maybe somebody told the Pope to say this to me, but I remember, or whatever the pastor. Sorry, I don't know. I'm new to this whole thing. I'm new. Pardon me. And the pastor
Pope
told me that I was a little kid. I played tons of video games.
The pasture.
And he told me that.
And now he's calling it the pasture, like you do with milk. You mean he means to say pasta, pastor. I can't really say it probably because I'm British and it's not really a word we use. But you know the word I'm trying to say.
Pokemon was the devil, and that I would go to hell if I played Pokemon. And my grandma told me that Tetris is the devil, and I'm going to go to hell if I play Tetris. It reminds me of that Waterboy movie with Adam Sandler, where it's like, girls are the devil. You're going to go to hell if you talk
Say
to
the
any
N-word.
of those women, which, I mean, to be honest, I think my life would be much easier if I never talked to a woman, but no, well, I mean, maybe I'm being tested right now. Regardless. Yeah, so I kind of was just silently would just nod, and I would do the prayer, and I would sit at, you know, at the table eating, and I would pray to the Lord and all that stuff. Meanwhile, you know, being surrounded by these people who were mean to me, who kept on telling me to believe in Jesus and be good to thy neighbor, but they weren't good to me. And I was like, well, why would I want to do any of this? This is kind of fucking gay. And so, you know, eventually, you know, I was taken custody by my father in around 4th grade, but he was never really around. So I just kind of just played video games all day. And, you know, everybody who I met online in World of Warcraft was a Satanist and very religious. And they also told me religion was gay. And so I had this guy called Julian, who was one of my best friends. And he was like a Wiccan, I think. And he was like, I was playing Xenoblade. This is like fast forward tons of years later, maybe like 9th, 10th grade probably. I was playing Xenoblade 2 or Xenoblade 1 while I was talking to him. And he's like, I am a Wiccan and I want to invite you to my tribe, John. And I'm like, I got no idea what the fuck you're talking about. But you're kind of scaring me right now. Religion.
Okay, dude, look. Libs are getting so close, okay? Libs are so close here. ChatGPT, create a text conversation between a mentally unstable 20-something and their transgender furry partner about murdering a public figure. This guy should be Indian. This would be funny if he was Indian. Why is he not Indian? It's so easy. When Cash is head of the FBI, all this H-1B shit, you can so easily just make jokes about saying that they're all Indian. It's so, like, again, it's just like the cheat code. If there is enough reason to be able to make people believe that an unnamed, unseen group of people are actually Indians, then you should do it every time. You should do it every time.
Religion was just really fucking weird to me. You know, I went to a Lutheran school in 8th grade as well, and I was like, oh man, this shit's boring as shit. You just don't know the landscape. You clearly have not adapted to the new landscape if you haven't realized this. To like 10th or 11th grade, I have this guy who's my brother. His name's Mike. He's a fucking man. One of the greatest goddamn people on this earth. And he was telling me about this thing called dimethyltryptamine. I don't know if you guys know what dimethyltryptamine is. It's like this plant that apparently you like smoke. And this was like back in like 2010, 2011s. And apparently there was like this one thing where you like pass out, you meet these 3 guys, and they kind of look at your body and they tell you, they like take you around like the world and they break down things algebraically and mathematically and they say, we were expecting you, but you came earlier than we anticipated. And it was like leading people to believe that this was like kind of the gateway to like heaven and all that shit. And anyways, I started writing like an article trying to, and this is so gay, I was trying to like debunk the existence of God when I was like 15, 16 years old. Because I was like, wow. I know everything. I'm him.
Wow, wow. That's so rare, man.
This is like the worst case of sympathetic JN I've ever seen in a goy. We need to study his brain.
Thank you for $5. He really thinks he's like, whoa, I'm such like a deep thinker. I was like, you know, thinking about whether God exists when I was 15. Yeah, you and like everyone else operating above 80 IQ, Tectone. Yeah, you and everyone else who doesn't have like a fucking learning disability. And probably most people that have learning disabilities too. Given that you're doing it.
No, I'm above all this noise. I get it. These other motherfuckers, they don't get it. But the problem was that when I was trying to debunk God, every time I ever looked into it, I would find more reasons to believe than to not believe. And so for me, I was always like, damn, all right, well, I don't want to be Christian because I knew Christians.
Where was he looking?
I'll be agnostic.
Where were you looking?
And I've done a lot of research. And I would like to say that since it's kind of hard to put all this into words.
He's done a lot of research, but he thinks that the name of the title of the religious leader in your local church is the Pope. But he's done a lot of research. I'm atheist. Yeah, I'm atheist.
Since then, since like 16 to 18, that there is a God, that there is an afterlife, that is your placement is subject to your morality on whether you were a good or a bad person when
Pope/pastor
you were alive on this world. There were some things that the Bible said that I agreed with. There were some things that the Bible said that I didn't agree with. But I'm so ignorant.
See, here we go. Here we go. See, leave it to Kathy, man. There we go. Way better.
I don't know if I was fed misinformation, that I'm not really sure if I even need to bring that up anymore, because I realize a lot of people just lie about a lot of things. I'm currently looking into the Crusades on whether or not they were actually as horrific as they said. I actually have a...
Dude. Yeah, I'm getting into Crusade denialism. I'm thinking about getting into Crusades denialism.
A documentary pulled up. I've actually, for the past, 15 days I've been on break. I've stopped watching anime. I've stopped listening to music, and I just play informative educational videos.
Right.
Multiple videos on the same subject to get like multiple people weighing in on it and trying to figure out what I believe from all of the information that's presented. I've also been kind of just really meditating and realizing what I want to do, what I want to be, and what I want my life to look like when I finish my journey as a content creator, which I'll never be able to retire, guys. I tried. I stayed on Twitter for like 5 days, but I love Twitter so much. It's so bad. It's like, I love it and I hate it. It's like PvP. It's so bad. Anyways, sorry, my head's kind of all over the place, but I always had my own specific belief system that there is a God, that there is a afterlife. And maybe that was out of fear. I don't really enjoy the concept of death too much. Or at least I didn't, but now I think I've come to terms with it. If it happens, it happens. And I hope, that I've done enough good to be granted a more...
Bro, you know when Asmongold put up that tweet saying, like, I think the bottom 20% of most retarded people should be thrown into coal mines just to keep them out of society and keep them productive?
I just started looking into this obscure thing they call the Halo cast. Seems kinda exaggerated, NGL.
Thank you for the $10, that guy 66. I disavow. Thank you.
Position in the afterlife than a, uncomfortable position. That leads me unto now, where maybe about 2-3 weeks ago, I still felt the same. Still believed in a higher power and the existence of heaven and hell. But I actually started reading the Bible lately. I think I'm okay with saying this. There was a YouTuber by the name of Tactical Templar that kind of made Jesus...
How did my whole speech about how I need subs and to keep the stream going if you like the content, blah, 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 how that results in 0 subs? There are regulars here. $5 a month. How do you have hours of time to watch me and not $5? I don't know. What are you doing with your life?
So this guy is like, so what? This is a Christian AJW skinwalker, because this is what AJW does, isn't it? He just plays like Anna Kasparian going, give me the money. Give me the money. He plays that as like his shill. So this guy's like doing an AJW skimwalk using like Bad Bunny.
Hours of time to watch Twitch.
Yeah, with like Armored Skeptic kind of.
$5 to respect me is
ordering, because we have fundamentally different views on the audience and donations and what the purpose of all that is. You see, I come on stream.
Oh wait, no, he's doing it for this video.
$0 in donations. I ask for 0.
Yeah, this is wait. So okay,
I'm gonna go to.
So what is he gonna say about this? Please don't tell me he's gonna say that this channel made Christianity seem cool to him. Because I worry that's what he's gonna say.
Saying this. There was a YouTuber by the name of Tactical Templar that kind of made Jesus seemed pretty cool.
I can't, man. I can't do it. I can't do it. How fucking... Seriously, how stunted, truly, do you have to be for you to... This is what sells you on Jesus. At 36 years old. At 36 years old, this is what sells you on Jesus. At 53 years old, this is what sells you on Jesus. As a 36-year-old Shotokan, this sells you on Jesus. As a 36-year-old gay, furry Shotokan enjoyer, this is what sells you on Jesus. As a 36-year-old, unwashed over 6 days, 36-year-old, old as fuck, gay Shotokan furry porn enjoyer. Millionaire, by the way. Who's having to take a mental health break from streaming because of a chain of rape allegations, abuse allegations, bot allegations, bot proof. This is what's selling you on Jesus. You're sold on Jesus by the Blender model, the like MMD anime dance model of a fucking Templar walking through a church, and then someone with a, you know, one of the most like fucking drony, like old ass man voices going, crying about how YouTubers should stop selling out. He's like a Nux dick rider, of course. This is like fucking insane, like actually insane. And he says this. He just says this.
I think I'm okay with saying this. There was a YouTuber by the name of Tactical Templar that kind of made...
It's like so crazy as well. It's like so, such a reprobate mindset. Such a like shallow, just degenerate mindset that this is what sells you on Jesus. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Christian, obviously. Not a religious guy at all. Never really appealed to me particularly at all. But the things that are cool about Jesus is like, you know, it's like shit like fucking turning over that fucking gamble at the table in the fucking gambling shit. What am I thinking of? That shit where he goes into the gambling in the temple or whatever, he goes in and fucking turns over the table. And like helping the poor. And shit like that, you know. It's like being an awesome fucking messiah who goes around helping everyone and being fucking awesome. Yeah, the Pharisees or whatever. Money changers, that was it. I'm not, listen, never been Christian. He flips the table, yeah. And, what else is there? What else is there? I mean, walking on water isn't that cool, to be honest. That's not that cool. Yeah, walking on water isn't... No, I genuinely don't... Legit. Like, my level of Bible knowledge comes from... So I had to do RE in secondary school. I had to do RE. So that's like it. And I did not pay a lot of attention, I'm going to be real. Like, at all. So yeah, limited knowledge of the Bible. Very limited knowledge of the Bible, okay? Walking on water isn't cool, and it's double not cool, because it's, like, totally shown up by Moses. Like, Moses just, like, totally owns Jesus on that. Like parting the Red Sea. Like, that's way cooler. So, yeah, Jesus is kind of owned on that. But that was God. Yeah, but that's like, but Jesus is, depending on, depending on denomination and shit, like, I mean, Jesus is kind of God as well. Like, Jesus' power comes from God. So, I mean, you attribute it all to God, right? It all comes down to God. Anything that happens is God, basically, anyway. So, that's, like, totally vacuous to say that Moses didn't do that. It was because it was happening, Moses was instrumental, okay? Jordan didn't get 6 rings, that was God. No, but that is just kind of the case in Christianity. Like, everything is God. And, like, Jesus is God, so you can't... you can't draw a distinction there. You can't say, oh, it doesn't count because Moses didn't do it himself. No, that doesn't count. That's retarded.
Jesus seem pretty cool, as well as Nux Taku that made Jesus seem pretty cool, as well as Charlie Kirk being so comfortable with death and all he wanted to be remembered for was his faith that I actually started reading the Bible and I actually like it. It's been pretty cool.
Tectone, he cannot read. I do not believe this guy can, like, reliably read. Right? I do not believe that for a second. That he can, like, read well enough to get through, like, the Bible. Like, it will be audiobook, yeah. It's gonna be, like, audiobook. Or, like, Bible explained, yeah. He's not reading it. 100% not reading it. Absolutely no chance.
I believe what I read was Genesis 37 through 50, which I believe was the story of Joseph. It was a great story. Some great passages like Galatians 4:16, which can be summarized by, "So we're enemies now that I've told you the truth," as well as I really enjoyed hearing the story of Job, which a great YouTuber summarized as the...
Oh my god, yeah, see, there we go! He's not reading it! He's not reading it! He's not reading it! He's let it slip already. He's trying to pretend he was reading it. He's already admitting that he's watching summary videos. He's watching Bible explained videos.
Hearing the story of Job, which a great YouTuber summarized as the most unfair story in the Bible ever told, which has been very entertaining for me. Really trying to give this whole religion thing a shot has been difficult, but I'm trying to enter it with an open heart and an open mind, because I don't know if there's many people like me out there where I've always wanted to truly believe, but it's hard. And you do want to fully commit, but you're still unsure.
So again, like low IQ shit. I want to believe. I want to believe. Well, why? Why don't you evaluate the evidence and arguments? Why do you want to believe?
Want to be sure.
Like it's like so low IQ. This is like literally it just is showing me that my bigotry against religious people is just like totally justified. And actually, you should look at people who are religious as being just kind of dumber than everyone else.
Feel the way that you believe other people, which is so strong in their belief. Because I think it's so beautiful. It is. It's a very, very, very beautiful thing, but it's difficult. And I've been afraid of fully giving myself to trying this, but I'm going to give it a shot.
Debate Dark Dawkins and Coward.
And I'm not going to make this a religion channel or anything. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to give church a shot, and if it's cool, great. If not, okay, well, wasn't for me. But I think there's 3 very important principles in life, which are mind, body, and soul. And since I started reading the Bible again, and I'm not trying to convert anybody to Christianity here. I'm just telling you guys what's going on with me. Since I started reading the Bible again, I feel better. I do. I feel very good. I feel very motivated. I feel like I have purpose. I was in the gym yesterday, and I'm currently on a severe deficit, and I'm working out incredibly
Has he
hard.
confessed yet, do we think? Tectone, time to go confess.
And there's been 2 other times where I felt truly touched by God himself. But for a 3rd time, I felt what I believe to be the Lord's presence in the gym. And it was a very unique feeling. And it was very... You know when you play Undertale and it says you feel filled with determination? It kind of felt like that. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's placebo, maybe it's not. But I've always been a pretty spiritual guy.
Oh my god!
Side note, when my grandmother passed,
dude, like believing in God is like a video game. It's like a video game. It's like Undertale. It's like you got heckin' determination, you know, because of God. This is so just embarrassing. I can't believe someone's making these videos. I like people are eating it up too. That's the craziest part. I actually enjoy real videos like this. It feels genuine. Not a lot of people talk in a raw form like this anymore.
Let me give you the whole story. So I was laying in my truck bed in El Paso, well, my friend's truck bed in El Paso, Texas. And I was kind of sad, and I tried praying to God for the first time in a long time back then. And my grandma came up to me and asked me, John, what are you doing in the bed? We don't really hang out anymore. Are you doing okay? I love you with my whole heart, and I miss you. And then immediately after that, she left, and then I got a call from one of my family members informing me that my grandmother had just passed away in the hospital bed. And it was a very surreal experience. It was, and I'll never forget it. It's so specific in my mind. And it was scary, and I didn't know how to explain it. Maybe my brain's just fucked up. And, you know, I'm schizophrenic, so it probably is. But I think the world's a crazy place. And
Yo. Every conservative needs to read this. We're furious, this is Myron Gaines. We're furious, and we damn well should be. One of ours was gunned down in cold blood. Rest in peace, Charlie. Rest in peace, Saint Charlie. Despite our differences, we stood as one, fiercely defending Charlie and striking back with unrelenting force. In this moment of raw anger and emotion, let's keep two things crystal clear. One, we are not the violent ones. We're leagues above the brain-dead leftists who resort to bloodshed because their absurd ideology of pushing 99 genders and pretending women are equals collapse under the slightest scrutiny. Okay, man. They need bullets because their ideas can't survive a debate. Two, we've always stood for free speech, rising above the temptation to silence our enemies no matter how much they provoke us. That second point is non-negotiable. We've been censored, deplatformed, and thrown in jail for speaking truth, but don't sink to the left's pathetic level, using violence or censorship to shut them down. We're better than that. Take Jimmy Kimmel, for example. That clown's cancellation wasn't about free speech. It's about his abysmal performance, tanking ratings, TV networks, slashing costs on late-night morons that haven't been relevant in decades. Here's the truth, we don't need censor enemies. Okay, well that's not true. This is just a lie. But I mean, it's good that he's calling for people staying principled. This is just a total lie about what happened here.
I know for a while religion was seen as like gay and wow, that's cringe. And I remember how glorified it was to just not believe in anything. And anyways, I just want to say I'm giving this a shot, and would like to work on the whole mind, body, and soul, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. I don't know if any of you guys care, but to be honest, I kind of just miss talking to you guys, so I just figured I'd make a quick little YouTube video. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. I hope. Bye-bye.
Wow. This is really embarrassing. Very shameful.